Hello, everyone, and welcome back to some more Evansville Otters baseball. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Tuesday night. I'm Riley Angel, along here with you for the Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the home team network, and now on 96.9 WYIR. The Home Team Network is the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this year. Check out Home Team Network to sign up today and get a front row seat to every Otters game in 2025. Evansville today coming into Avon, Ohio to take on the Lake Erie Crushers. Lake Erie is 13 and 12, Evansville 11 and 14. We take a look at the standings real quick. First, in the Central Division, Washington leading the way 14 and 11 in total. Evansville going 1 and 1 against them this past weekend. Lake Erie in second place, they are 13 and 12, one game back. Evansville 11 and 14, they are 3 games back. And Florence 10 and 16, 4.5 games back in last place. Should be a fun one here today. These two teams have already faced off once before. That was back on May 23rd and May 24th, in which both games that were finished, Evansville was able to get the win 4-3 on the 23rd, 5-3 on the 24th, and two beautifully pitched ball games from either side. On the 25th, that game was suspended as it went into extra innings. Evansville had a late surge and before the 10th inning was able to get underway, rain made sure that one was not concluded. Again, Evansville taking on Lake Erie up here in Avon at Crusher Stadium, just about 30 minutes outside of the Cleveland, Ohio metro area. Just a reminder of the Washington series. Evansville split those two games against Washington. The first of those was rained out and will be made up in mid-June when Washington does come back. Overall, it was a strong performance for the Otters in the first of those two games, but in the second game, they did hit two homers despite the loss. 9-3 was that final. And the game before that, Keenan Taylor had a two-run blast en route to a 6-3 Evansville win. Again, thank you so much for joining me here on the Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the home team network, and now on 96.9 WYIR. When we come back, we'll look at starting lineups. You're listening on the Otters Digital Network, 96.9 WYIR.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org. For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into Avon, Ohio, as your Evansville Otters take on the Lake Erie Crushers in this divisional matchup. You're listening to the Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Radio Network, the home team network, and on 96.9 WYIR. I'm Riley Angel along here with you. So glad you're able to join us wherever you are listening from. Evansville coming off a loss against Washington in a two-game set that they split. The first of that three-game, well, it was supposed to be a three-game series, got rained out, and they were not able to get that one in. That will be made up mid-June whenever Washington comes back to town in a couple of weeks. Evansville 11 and 14 total. They have played good baseball though when they are at home. 10 and 6 at home, but when on the road they have struggled. Just 1 and 8. Hopefully that trend reverses here starting tonight in this three-game series against Washington. Excuse me, against Lake Erie up here in Lake Erie. And if so, that would put Evansville in a really good position in the division. Again, just two games back of Lake Erie, who are 13 and 12, and three games back total of first place Washington, who are 14 and 11. Evansville themselves are 11 and 14 coming into this contest. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for either side here tonight. We start with the Lake Erie Crushers. It's Dario Gomez playing center field and leading it off for them. Then Burl Dixon, he is in left field batting second. Alfredo Gonzalez, former major leaguer, at first base batting third. Cleaning it up, Jared Watkins, he's the second baseman. Derek Vegas, he is catching batting fifth. Seth Strong over at the hot corner batting sixth. In the seven hole, Sam Franco, the right fielder. Then designated hitter Davey Morgan is batting eighth, and rounding it out, Logan Thomason, the shortstop. For your Evansville Otters, a couple of really nice faces to see in this lineup here tonight. We start with the leadoff man, Ellis Schwartz. He has started off his Otters career on a hot streak. He is in right field tonight. Graham Brown batting second and center. Pavin Parks coming off his first homer of the year last game, batting third, playing third base. LJ Jones back in the lineup after dealing with an ankle sprain. He is playing first base and cleaning it up. JT Benson finally back, batting fifth and DHing here tonight. Logan Brown, the catcher, batting sixth. Keenan Taylor, he's been on a heater. Two homers in each of his last two games. He is in left field, batting seventh. J.J. Cruz, the second baseman, batting eighth. And rounding it out, Alay Camus, the shortstop, batting ninth. Pitching for Evansville, Landon Williman and Darian Reagans is going for Lake Erie. We'll get to know them a little bit more when we come back. Remember, you're listening on the Otters pregame show, Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's, the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the home team network, and now on 96.9 WYIR. Stay tuned.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Pregame here in Lake Erie as the Otters get ready to take on the Crushers up here in Avon, Ohio, just about 30 minutes away from Metro Cleveland. Darian Reagan's going on the bump against Evansville. This will be his first start of the year. He started the year on the injured list and has kind of worked his way back to a starting role. And in his couple of relief appearances he's had to begin this year after being activated just a couple of weeks ago, he has been solid. We take a look at his numbers, and Reagan's, the left-handed pitcher, in 4 appearances, has thrown 7 innings, has yet to give up a run. Now the walks have been a bit of a concern for him. 8 walks to just 7 strikeouts, but opponents just batting .231 against him. He's given up 6 hits, but again, no earned runs to his credit just yet. Hopefully, that gets him bit a little bit here tonight against Evansville. For the Otters, it'll be Landon Williman going, the right-handed pitcher. This will be his second start here for the Otters. In his first start, things didn't go quite as he planned. In 4 1/3, he struck out 3, walked 2, gave up 7 hits en route to a 5-run defeat. He was given the loss, a 10.39 ERA on the surface, but again, that was just his first start of the year, and being signed in the middle of the year is never something that is easy for a pitcher to come in and face these hitters who have been going at it for about a month now at this point. So hopefully he's able to come in here and give a real good outing to Evansville against Lake Erie. Up here in Lake Erie, Crushers Stadium is not a very hitter-friendly park. Plays really well to pitchers. 325 down the lines, 400 to dead center field. But the wind definitely makes it a little harder to hit out here. The wind cycling up and around, doesn't quite want to make up its mind thanks to the lake, which is just a couple of miles away from here. As of now, it's blowing dead straight out to center field, but from what I was told, usually up here in Lake Erie, it's blowing straight in. So we'll see if it mixes around a little bit here tonight, or if this is one of the few nights a year that hitters will have an advantage over pitchers. Also, one thing to note, there is a highway. It's I-71 straight down the first base line, kind of making its way towards right center about, I'd say, 100 feet or so from the ballpark. So that is certainly something to look out for. Used to out in right center field, there would be a bunch of trees, but with some new developments on deck here in Avon, Ohio, those trees have been cut down. So when the sun sets, it might be a little bit difficult for hitters to see the baseball due to the incoming traffic and the headlights, but that is just something we'll have to see when we get to it. Just about game time. It's 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. up here in Avon, Ohio. When we come back, it'll be first pitch for your Otters against these Lake Erie Crushers. Thank you so much for listening on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org. For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812 464 7800.
Starting lineups being announced here in Lake Erie at Crusher Stadium in Avon, Ohio. I'm Riley Angel here with you, your Evansville Otters, about to take on the Lake Erie Crushers here tonight, just moments away from happening. This a huge series early in the year for Evansville, especially on the road where they have struggled. If they're able to win this series, take a couple against Lake Erie, that would set themselves up for a really, really nice homestand coming up against Windy City this weekend, and then Washington coming back to town next week. Just 3 games back of the division is Evansville, just 2 games back of Lake Erie total. Again, we'll see how this plays out, and hopefully it works out for your Otters. Starting lineups finishing up here, and the national anthem about to kick off. I'll let you hear that here in Avon, Ohio. You're listening on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network. The athletic trainer for the Crushers is Nancy Conley. The clubhouse manager for the Crushers is Alvin Zora. And the coaching staff for the Crushers includes pitching coach Johnny Barbado, hitting coach Alfredo Gonzalez, and assistant coaches Mark Mason and Anthony Levitsky. And your Crushers are managed by Garrett Lemieux. In memory and respect to those who served and have served our country, if you are able, please rise and remove your cap as we honor America with our national anthem. Our anthem is presented today by the Lorain County Veterans Service Commission and will be performed by Frank Ondis. Can you see while the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, footsteps and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wrecked where the bombs bursting in air. They flew through the night And the home of the brave. Thank you, thank you. National anthem just concluding. Darian Reagans taking the mound for Lake Erie. Reagans, this his first start of the 2025 season, has appeared in 4 games so far this year as a reliever. He has taken the spot of a former Otter, Braden Sittinger, in this rotation. Sittinger now going to be coming out of the bullpen almost exclusively unless he earns that spot back after a rough couple of outings here for Lake Erie. Reagan's, though, the numbers in just 7 innings do look good. Only one thing concerning in those numbers, a 0 ERA. He struck out 7 in 7 innings, only allowed 6 hits. But the one thing that is a bit concerning, 8 walks in those 7 innings compared to those 7 strikeouts. So maybe that's a bit of a something to look at against this Evansville team, which does draw a lot of walks. When you look at guys like Paven Parks, like Graham Brown, Logan Brown, even, who have really good at bats, and you plus add a couple of guys that have missed a couple of games, such as L.J. Jones and J.T. Benson back in the lineup tonight. And I think this Otters offense could possibly have a good day against the Lake Erie right-hander. Ellis Schwartz, Graham Brown, Paven Parks, the first 3 due up. L.J. Jones, J.T. Benson, Logan Brown, the middle 3, and then Keenan Taylor, J.J. Cruz, Alay Camus rounding it out in this order. J.T. Benson, he is coming off a quasi injury, I guess you could say. He was never put on the injured list, but over the past week or so, since the second to last game in Florence, so really about 7 games, 8 days, he has been dealing with a bit of an oblique issue, but glad to see that he is back in the lineup for Evansville and is able to contribute. Here's Ellis Schwartz to dig in. Schwartz, a thunderous start at the top of this order for Evansville. He has been so good. Reagans looks in and sets. The right-hander kicks and fires. Swung on, line drive out to right field. Franco under it and makes the grab for the first out. So our game time temp here tonight, 72 degrees, 4-mile-per-hour winds out to right center, as already one away after first pitch swinging was Ellis Schwartz, and he lined it right into the glove of Franco in right field. Now Graham Brown, right-handed hitter. Reagan's the first pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. See how Reagan's pitches tonight. Again, just his first game starting here in 2025 as the 0-1 is swung on and missed 0-2. So you wonder a little bit if the control as we get to the middle innings will be there, but so far has been in the zone. 0-2 here to Brown as Reagan's sets, kicks, and fires. Swung on, fouled right back. That's our first overhead foul ball of the evening. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. Reagan stares in, bent over at the waist. Sets up now, glove about eye level in the pitch. Swung on, high fly ball fairly deep out to left, but playable. Under it is Dixon, who makes the catch for the second out. So some loud contact early here against Reagan's. But it's resulted in 2 outs. Otters aggressive against him as Paven Parks stands in. Paven Parks in his home, Buckeyes State. A couple of family members here to watch him play tonight, and probably will be here the rest of the week as well, as the pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Like to see what Paven Parks does. Hopefully he can break out in a big way after a home run on Sunday, a two-hit day total. Boy, it would be nice if his bat could come through the 1-0 in there for a strike on the outer half, 1-1. Because he has the tools. We know that. Question is, right now, when is he going to get hot? 1-1 pitch. Breaker misses outside for a ball, 2-1. Overcast skies here in Avon. No rain on the radar, but being as close to the lake as we are, it can pop up out of nowhere. The 2-1 pitch swung on high, pop up, drifting foul and out of play. It's going to be 2-2. Time called. When I say rain can pop up out of nowhere, take it from a Cleveland Guardians fan, huh? For my entire life, I feel like there's been at least 10 games that have been called due to rain, postponed in Cleveland that you think is going to be. There's no way they don't play today. It's sunny all day as the 2-2 swung on a high fly ball, fairly deep right center field. Back on it, Gomez at the track, at the wall, leaps, makes a catch. Oh my goodness. A robbery at the right center field fence by Dario Gomez, and that ends the top of the first. We go to the bottom half, no score on the Otters Digital Network at 96.9 WYIR.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812 464 7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org.
Welcome back here to Crusher Stadium as Landon Williman takes the bump. No score yet, should be 1-0, but a Dario Gomez robbery of Pavin Parks in right center field prevented Pavin Parks from getting his second home run in as many games. Landon Williman on the bump here for Evansville. Williman, we talked a little bit about him in the Papa John's pregame show, but we look at his numbers in just one start, went 4 and a third, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, walked 2, struck out 3. So not a great first start, but again, a guy who's coming in, had one appearance all year, and it's against hitters who have already seen live pitching for about a month at this point. So can't be too upset at it, as Dario Gomez, the robber, stands in on the right side. First pitch to him from Williman. Swung on, fouled right back. It's 0-1. Well, it always seems like the guy who makes the spectacular catch to end an inning is the one that leads it off as the 0-1 pitch. Outside, it's 1-1. And that's exactly what's happening here. Boy, oh boy, what a catch he made. 0-1. Swung on, jam shot, pop up, drifting towards foul territory down the right field line. Back on it, the second baseman, Cruz, who makes a sliding catch in the Otters bullpen. I'll tell you what, that is the last person I expected to make that catch. Cruz, the one who calls off Ellis Schwartz and LJ Jones down near the bullpen area for Evansville to make the first out of the inning. No score, bottom one away as Burl Dixon stands in. He's had a great year so far as the first pitch to the lefty is taken just below the knees, 1-0. 357 his average, the OPS over 1,000 at 1.047, the 1-0 pitch. Swung right through a fastball, 1-1. 3 homers, 11 ribbies. He has doubled 9 times already this season. Big, tall, left-handed hitter as the 1-1 pitch. Bender missed it high and away, 2-1. Lake Erie wearing their home white pants, black jerseys, purple lettering with white trim. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on high, pop up, drifting back towards the press box, and that's going to be a interesting strike two. 2-2. Evansville in their road grays. Gray pants, gray shirt, blue lettering, very little trim, the 2-2. Swung on, bounced softly to first. LJ Jones snares it, flip to the covering Williman for out number 2. They have a blue cap with a gray bill. Crushers win batting the solid black helmet as Alfredo Gonzalez, former big leaguer, stands in. Gonzalez spent 9 games up with the White Sox, so just a cup of coffee in the big leagues, but he's a big leaguer for the rest of his life. The right-hander awaits the pitch. Bender just misses, I guess. Might have been inside, 1-0. Infield playing him to pull. Alay Camus, the shortstop, pretty much in the 6.5 hole, the 1-0 pitch, low, 2-0. J.J. Cruz, as far up the middle as you can get, 2-0 pitch. Swung on, bounced hard to Camus. Fields throws in time for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3, go the Crushers. Williman with a solid first. We go to the top half of second. No score. You're on 96.9 WYAR on the Otters Digital Network.
For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND
Just about time for the top half of this second inning. A reminder that you're listening on the Otters Network, the Otters Digital Network, 96.9 WIR, but also all games streamed on the Home Team Network. Home Team Network is the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this year. Check out the Home Team Network and sign up today and get a front row seat to every Otters game in 2025. Didn't get a chance to do this in the top half, so we'll do it now. We can take a look at the defense for Lake Erie. Burl Dixon, Dario Gomez, and Sam Franco, the outfielders from left to right field. At third base, Seth Strong. At shortstop, Logan Thomason. Second base, Jared Watkins. First base, Alfredo Gonzalez. And then Vegas, the catcher, behind the dish for Reagans. The first pitch here to L.J. Jones is high, count 1-0. L.J. Jones missed a couple of games due to a sore ankle, but is back and hopefully better than ever. The 1-0 pitch to him from Reagans is swung on, fouled back, 1-1. LJ is currently on a 10-game hitting streak. So hopefully that continues for him. 15 games the on-base streak as the 1-1 pitch. Inside on the fastball, count 2-1. So good to have his bat back in this lineup. Him along with JT Benson. Back to back. The 2-1. Swung right through the changeup, 2-2. Just so nice to see these big guys back in the order, especially after a couple of games without them. Other guys had to step up, and they did. But L.J. Jones, J.T. Benson, such a huge part of this Otters offense. And if they're still around all year and not picked up, they will be for the rest of the summer. The 2-2. Low 3-2. Evansville right now in a spot where this 3-game set against Lake Erie, again, we're only in June, and I don't think I can overstate it enough how important this next week of games is the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up foul, and it'll turn into a souvenir into the sweet seats. We'll stay at full. But you have this 3-game set against Lake Erie, one where you really want to win given they're one place ahead of you in the standings, 2 games up overall. Then Windy City comes to Boise this weekend. Series you want to sweep, the 3-2. Inside ball 4. So LJ Jones extends that on base streak to 16 games now, and he'll be on first base as JT Benson stands in. Windy City, a team that's scuffling right now. When you play them at home and how well the Otters have played at home, you definitely want to win that series in convincing fashion if you can. Then the next one after that, Tuesday through Thursday next week, Washington comes back to town. You have 4 games against them in a 3-day stretch. The first pitch now to Benson. Swung on, line drive over the leaping glove of the third baseman in strong. It's going to roll down the line. Jones will hold at second base due to a strong throw from Burl Dixon. Welcome back to the lineup, you two. A walk and a single. So JT Benson, first pitch attacking. And now, runner on first and second base for Logan Brown. Brown has struggled recently since being added to this roster as the first pitch from the left-handed pitcher squares around does Brown, but reached at it and missed, so 0-1. Reagan's the lefty against the lefty here in Brown. 4 lefties in the lineup. Schwartz, Parks, Logan Brown, J.J. Cruz, and Alay Camus, the 4 that are left-handed hitters. The 0-1 pitch here from Reagan, scoring around as Brown pops it straight up, and that's out number 1. Alfredo Gonzalez makes the catch. It's not really what you would like to see there in that situation as a pop-up on a bunt attempt and now 1 away. But at least you have Keenan Taylor at the plate now. Keenan Taylor, can't say enough about this kid either. A home run on Sunday and a home run on Saturday. He now has 5 total on the year, 19 RBI, as the first pitch to him is inside for a ball, 1-0. He's been so clutch this year, too. He has the only Otters walk-off homer of the year. Hopefully there are more of those coming. As the 1-0 pitch to Keenan Taylor from the left-hander in Reagan's is swung on, line drive, base hit left field. Getting it is Dixon, but Keenan Taylor hit that one so hard that they're just going to go station to station. Bases loaded as Keenan Taylor continues his personal hit parade. And now J.J. Cruz. Well, they hit Reagan's really hard in that first inning, just right to all 3 outfield spots, and Dario Gomez robbing a homer away from Pavin Parks to end the inning. Now the hard hit contact finding holes as the first pitch here to J.J. Cruz. Swung on and missed out in front of the chain, 0-1. So they're obviously first pitch attacking against Reagan's. Again, Reagan's a guy that has struggled with control, so they must have seen something in film that they really like to attack him the way they are. The 0-1. Low, 1-1. But we'll see as Reagan's readjusts his cap and steps in on the far third base side of the rubber, now towards the center of it. Bends over the waist and looks in to the catcher in Vegas. Sets. And out of the stretch, the 1-1 pitch. Swung on high pop up and foul. Count now 1-2. That overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. A ball, 2 strikes, and out. Bases juice. Top half of 2. Reagan's to Cruz. Cold strike 3 right down the middle. So a fastball got J.J. Cruz looking. First strikeout of the night for Reagan's, and now it's going to be Alay Camus with 2 away and bases loaded. Little bit of noise from this quaint Lake Erie crowd as the first pitch to Camus is swung on and missed. 0-1. Real nice ballpark here in Lake Erie. Reminds me a lot of what you'd see maybe in some single A parks, the way the seating is arranged as Reagan sets and delivers the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, bouncer up the middle, ranging towards it, the shortstop, and it gets past the diving glove of Thomason. 1 run is in. Here comes the second, and Benson. He's in there. Throw to third, not in time as Keenan Taylor's in there, sliding head first. A 2-out, 2 RBI single from Alay Camus puts the Otters on top. Boy, that is just the start that Evansville needed. And it flips the lineup over to now Ellis Schwartz. And now, the past couple of games, Evansville has begun the contest with a lead. Schwartz, the left-handed hitter, stands in. The left-handed pitcher in Reagan sets. Out of the stretch, the first one. Swung on, fouled right back into the screen, 0-1. Boy, Evansville must really like what they're seeing from Reagan's. Again, not a team that swings at a lot of first pitches. Yes, Schwartz, from what we've seen, is very aggressive in the box early, but the entire team has been so far. The 0-1. Just misses outside, 1-1. No complaints here. 3 hits and 2 runs in already in this inning, and 3 really hard hit balls to begin the game in the first that just found gloves. The 1-1. Bender outside, 2-1. And this is where you hope to see some of those control issues from Reagan's. In some trouble early, just gave up his first runs of 2025. As the 2-1 pitch comes in. Swung on, high fly ball out to right field, but playable. Under it, the right fielder Franco, who makes the catch, ranging towards right center for out number 3. But the Otters, they get 2 on 3 hits. They do leave 2 stranding. 2-0 Otters here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org.
It'll be Jared Watkins to lead it off here for Lake Erie in the bottom half of the second. 2-0 Otters here in Avon, Ohio. The first pitch from Williman is taken in there for a strike, 0-1. Williman with a solid first inning, not allowing a hit, going 1, 2, and 3 as the 0-1 comes in. Misses outside, 1-1. When the fastball is working command-wise, Williman has a solid tool set. He wouldn't, as the 1-1 just misses inside, 2-1. Wouldn't be here if he didn't have one. So see how he uses it. The 2-1 pitch to Watkins. Swung on, soft bouncer to second base. Cruz with a one-handed scoop flips over to first for the first out. So 3 ground outs and a pop out, 3 weak ground outs at that for Lake Erie to begin this ball game, plus the pop out. So weak contact against Williman here this first time through. Again, just the bottom half of the second. So a long way to go, but good signs early. The first pitch here to Vegas. In there, 0-1. Williman likes to work quickly as the right-hander already back on the rubber. Works out of the full windup as he agrees, steps back, kicks, and fires. Inside, 1-1. Behind the plate today, Logan Brown. That pitcher-catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs. The Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call at 812-475-9000. Ton of control issues from Williman his first time out, but he did walk 2 and 4 and a third. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, line drive sinking right in front of Keenan Taylor as it drops down for a base hit. So Vegas gets the first Lake Erie hit of the night and of this 3-game series. Now Seth Strong. Boy, this guy has a head of hair on him. Long, curly, light brown hair down to the middle of his back. It's a left-handed hitter, the first pitch. Swung right through the fastball, 0-1. Boy, he took a big hack at it. One-handed follow-through for Seth Strong. A slight athletic bend at the knees, but nothing crazy. The 0-1 pitch. Misses outside, 1-1. Playing him to pull as well. Outfield straight up, infield, though, is pull side, which is Cruz now playing pretty much in shallow right field as the 1-1 pitch. Curveball at the top shelf misses, 2-1. Camus playing right up the middle, and Pavin Park still in his usual position, so just the middle infielder shifting around. The 2-1. Swung on high, towering fly ball to center field. Back on it is Brown near the track, makes the catch for the second out. And there's that hitter's park environment that we saw, that I was told about. Beginning this game, the wind was blowing straight out, but now the flags limp out in right center, and it seems to have completely died. And when it does pick up, it's blowing in from right center. Sam Franco stands in, right-handed hitter. The first pitch to him, high, 1-0. A small lead over at first base from Derek Vegas, but little to no worry about him stealing. Inches forward, the 1-0. Inside, 2-0. On the year, he has yet to attempt to swipe a base. The 2-ball, no strike pitch is swung on and bounced towards short. Camus fields, pumps, throws in time by about half a step for the third out. We go to the top half of the third. Williman surrenders a hit, but not a run. 2-0 Otters here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Top half of 3, 2-0 Evansville here in this one here in Avon, Ohio, as it'll be Graham Brown to stand in. Graham Brown, right-handed hitter, awaits the first pitch from Reagan, who has taken his time, now sets and fires. Binder up and away for a ball, 1-0. Reagan's working exclusively out of the stretch as the 1-0 pitch. High and away, 2-0. Whether there's runners on or not, looks into Vegas, agrees. Little shimmy on the mound in the 2-0. Right down Main, 2-1. Talked a little bit about the seating already. It's one layer of seating, no multiple decks as you see in big league parks. But it does wrap all the way down both lines. The 2-1 swung on and fouled back at the plate, 2-2. Pretty much to about 20 feet from the outfield wall down both the left field and right field line. So this place can hold a good amount of people. The 2-2 swung on, popped high in the air, slicing foul and out of play. We'll do it again at 2-2. But here on this Tuesday night, obviously there's going to be only a small amount of people at the park. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. First strike 3, out number 1. Second strikeout for Reagans. And here's Pavin Parks. Parks robbed of a homer in the first inning. First pitch, taking all the way. That one for a strike, 0-1. And now that we know how this park plays, we've seen a couple of hard hit fly balls already. You just wonder how hard did he hit that baseball to where it just barely didn't get over the fence. Pavin Parks calls time as the PA system was going, wow, the pitch was about to come through. And so he, I think, gets free relief of that one. No time officially called on his part. PA system was going while he was hitting the 0-1. Inside 1-1. Probably just a mistake. A ball, a strike, and out. 2-0 Otters, top 3. The pitch. Swung on, high pop up, drifting towards the third base side, near foul territory. Over there is Strong, but he makes the play while backpedaling into the bullpen. 2-0, 2 away. Now L.J. Jones. Jones walked his first time up. First pitch swung on and missed right through the curve. 0-1. Jones, a very patient hitter. Rarely do you see him take a swing at a first pitch, but he did there. The 0-1. Swung on, line drive center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Welcome back, L.J. Jones. So he extends his hitting streak now to 11 straight games. So 16 on the on base, 11 for the hits. Boy, you really now start to understand why he was as highly touted by the Cardinals as he was. Again, was selected in the 2020 draft, and that draft only having 5 rounds in it as the first pitcher to JT Benson. In there for a strike 0-1. Made it all the way to Double-A Springfield before getting let go and ending up in an Evansville Otters uniform. And right now, just feels so lucky to have him in the middle of this lineup. The 0-1 pitch to Benson. In there again. That one a fastball down the gut. 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Benson sets on the right-handed side. The left-hander in Reagan's fires. Never mind. It's over to first. But back with a slide is L.J. Jones, not nearly in time. Reagan's looks in. Reagan sets. And Reagan's fires. High and away for a ball, 1-2. Well, we haven't seen the control issues yet from this guy. Now you start to wonder if it was maybe one really bad outing. Even though he has given up a lot of contact, he's in the zone. The 1-2 is made over to first, and once again back with a slide is L.J. Jones. Now we'll see how large that lead gets over there by L.J. with 2 disengagements now from the pitcher in Reagan's. It's a decent one, nothing crazy from Jones. Now he inches forward a bit. The 1-2. Called strike 3, up and away. JT Benson really doesn't like it, and that will end the top half of the third. We go to the bottom half still, 2-0 Evansville. Thank you for listening on 96.9 WYAR and the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org. For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library.
Bottom half of the third due up. 2-0 Evansville. as it's Davey Morgan, the designated hitter, who stands in, right-handed hitter. First pitch. Fastball misses low below the knees, 1-0. Morgan, 263 his average this year, as the next one is in there for a strike, 1-1. A couple of homers, 14 RBI, 726 his OPS. The 1-1, low, 2-1. Very quiet at the ballpark here today. Huh. 2-1 pitch. Slider misses outside, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Just beginning this top half of the third. 2-0, the Otters lead the pitch. Swung on, high line drive down to left center field. Sliding is Graham Brown, gets past his glove. He's on the ground, cutting it off, Keenan Taylor. He throws it in, but it's a stand-up leadoff double here in the top of the third for Davey Morgan. And still slow to get up is Graham Brown out in left center. So Andy McCauley and the trainer Mandy Flagg are out of the dugout, walking towards him. Graham Brown is up and now walking back to his position. He's waving him off, says he's okay, but boy, was that a little scary. A leadoff double for Davey Morgan. Graham Brown seemed a little shaken up after that dive to try and make a spectacular play. But he's up and moving around now, and boy, that's good to see. As here's Logan Thomason, the first pitch to him. Swung on, high pop-up, drifting foul to the behind home plate seats, and it gets foul and out of play, 0-1. And man, if Graham Brown would have gone down, that's another star that you lose for a good amount of time. Let's not forget David Mindham, who was last year's Otters MVP, one of the best players on this team, has been out for a long amount of time at this point. He's still a couple of weeks away, as the 0-1 pitch to Thomason from Williman is high, 1-1. So that would just be another hard take for this Otters team. And Brown has been the everyday center fielder all season, except for one day where he got half a day off in a DH spot as the 1-1 pitch is high, 2-1. But thankfully, the good news is he's all right. So nothing to worry about. He's up and moving around fine. So now Williman is having to worry about that runner on second base. Nobody out. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, 2-2. Williman, the right-hander, looks into Brown behind the plate. Nods, sets. The 2-2. Down and away for a ball, 3-2. Would be a huge out right here if you're able to get him to pop up or softly ground out to avoid the runner advancing, the 3-2. Swung on, hard hit line drive to left field. Leaping is Keenan Taylor. The ball fell out of his glove, but he got it on the ricochet. The throw into second base will cut down the runner trying to advance. Keenan Taylor with a circus play out in left field. Almost overran it. Leaped. The ball popped out of his glove, and on his way back down to the ground, scooped it up before it hit the turf. So a 9-4 double play. I can't think. I don't think I can remember the last time I saw anything close to that. Wow. As now Dario Gomez takes a slider for a strike, 0-1. We've had two spectacular plays as that one's fouled back, 0-2. In the first 3 innings of this game. A home run robbery, and now that. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Williman steps back, kicks, and fires. Swung on high fly ball, deep right center field. Back on it is Brown, and he makes the running catch at the warning track. We now go to the bottom of the third, 2-0 Evansville. Here on the Otters Digital Network, now 96.9 WYIR.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Top half of 4-2-0 Evansville here in this one. We've seen a full game's worth of stuff already here in this one. Just through the first third of this game, a home run robbery in the first that went against the Otters. And then Keenan Taylor with one of the craziest plays I've ever seen in my life. Leaping up, the ball popped out of his glove as he was falling down back onto the turf, scooped it before it hit the ground, popped up and threw a bullet to second base for a 9-4 double play. Logan Brown stands in to lead us off here in this top half of the fourth inning. First pitch to him. Swung on and fouled right back into the catcher. It's 0-1. Reagans, despite all the hard hit balls that have come off of him, has pitched fairly well. Three strikeouts. Walked one and only given up two, the 0-1. Swung on, fouled back. That overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. So 0-2 the count. Reagans, the left-hander, sets, kicks and fires. High, 1-2. And again, we haven't seen the control issues as of yet from Reagans, but again, he's only gone 7 innings total this year in 4 appearances, and we'll see how long he's stretched out, though. 1-2 is fouled back again. We'll do it again at 1-2. We'll see how far he goes. I'm guessing probably at maximum, maybe give him a couple of batters in the 6th. So hard to tell. The 1-2. Swung on, line drive, slicing, fair ball down the right field line. It's going to ricochet to the right fielder Franco. On his way to second is Logan Brown. The throw in on the slide, not in time. Logan Brown, a lead-off double. And it's Keenan Taylor. Keenan Taylor coming up a hero play in the bottom of the third and now has a chance to drive in a run. The first pitch to him. Inside for a ball, 1-0. A ball, no strikes, no outs. Reagan sets, looks back towards Brown at second in the pitch. Swung on, grounder, past the reaching glove of Seth Brown. Goes all the way near the corner. Rounding third, heading home is Brown. Throwing to second, not in time. RBI double for Keenan Taylor. Man, this kid can do no wrong right now. 3-0 Evansville. Now J.J. Cruz with a chance. First pitch. Swung on line, snared at first by Gonzalez. So a tough luck out there for Evansville. Nice play by Gonzalez over at first base, reading that one well. We're here in the top of the fourth, 3-0 Evansville here against Lake Erie. Alay Camus comes to the plate. Reagans looks in, lefty v lefty, the matchup here against Camus. The pitch. Swung on, high fly ball right back behind the box. It's 0-1. Camus a chopper up the middle and drove in to his first time on that RBI, 2 RBI single in the second inning. The 0-1 pitch to him. Swung on, grounded hard to first, bounces off the body of Gonzalez, but he fields and takes it himself. So a nice recovery from Gonzalez after a bad hop for the second out. Now the top of the order, and Ellis Schwartz. Schwartz awaits and takes the first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Schwartz has been so aggressive at the top of this lineup. I'm very surprised he took a first pitch, especially a first pitch strike. With 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. The 0-1. And a balk is called, and Keenan Taylor is going to come in to score the 4th run of this game. A balk from Darian Reagans gives Evansville now a 4-run advantage. The 0-1, low, 1-1. Man, we're only in the 4th inning. A ball, a strike, 2 outs. The pitch. Inside, 2-1. Baseball never ceases to amaze me, the type of things you can get. It's almost like a whole season's worth of defense and mistakes has happened here in 3.5 innings. The 2-1 misses just high. 3-1 now. Schwartz 0 for 2 has flown out twice to the same guy out in right field, and Sam Franco. The 3-1 pitch. Down and away, ball 4. So Ellis Schwartz works a 2-out walk to bring up Graham Brown. And here comes the pitching coach in Johnny Barbato to talk to his pitcher and Darian Reagans. Just now, a bit of action stirring for Lake Erie in their bullpen. Quiet on the Evansville side. So this will not be a pitching change right here, as again, just now warming up is a Lake Erie pitcher. That being number 11, Braden Sittinger. Graham Brown stands in. Brown 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. The first pitch swung on and missed, 0-1. Man, Ellis Schwartz over at first thought he was throwing back to him. It's a good deception from Reagans, the left-handed pitcher. The 0-1 offering to Graham Brown. Outside, 1-1. Evansville up 4-0. Top half of the fourth. The 1-1 pitch with two away. And they have Ellis Schwartz picked off over at second base, but the throw into second gets away, and Ellis Schwartz able to advance 90 feet. Schwartz was picked off, took off towards second, and the throw from Gonzalez to the bag took Watkins way off, and thankfully Thomason was backing him up. But now a runner in scoring position thanks to the E3. The 1-1 pitch in there for a strike, 1-2. What a weird brand of baseball we are seeing right now. One ball, two strikes, two outs. Runner on second base is Schwartz. Graham Brown, the batter. Reagan sets out of the stretch. The 1-2. Swung on high fly ball, deep left field. Back on it, Dixon at the track, at the wall. It is off the top of the wall. One run is in. Brown scoots into second base standing. A 2-out RBI double for the Otters center fielder. 5-0 Evansville, a 3-run fourth. And they have exploded against Darian Reagans. Here's Pavin Parks. That is Graham Brown's 21st RBI of the year, 9th double. He missed a home run by about 6 inches. Pavin Parks missed a home run by about a phenomenal catch back in the first inning as he stands in now. First pitch to him is down the middle for a strike, 0-1. So 5-0 Evansville. Top four. Graham Brown trading places with Ellis Schwartz over at second base. The 0-1 to Parks. Swung on, bounced foul, 0-2. So now this is where Reagans is getting roughed up a little bit. A 2-out walk and an error leading to that run scoring. 0-2 pitch. High, 1-2. So just a little bit of a mistake, and Evansville able to capitalize, and all of a sudden, a 5-run advantage. Also a balk in this inning that scored Keenan Taylor. The 1-2. Swung on, bounced foul right back at the plate. Will have the same count at 1-2. And here a guy in Pavin Parks that is always going to battle up there, no matter what the numbers look like. He is going to go up there and have a good at bat, good eye on him as well. The 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing. Did he go around? He did not, says third base umpire over at second base and Blake McKnight. So deuces all over the place. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second base. Pavin Parks, the batter. Reagan's just trying to get out of this fourth inning. Looks in to the catcher in Vegas. Sets. And out of the stretch, the 2-2. Down and in, 3-2. So a full count here to Pavin Parks, and they would really like to get this 6th run home. The payoff pitch from Darian Reagan to Pavin Parks. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Reagan gets out of it with his 4th strikeout of the night. But the Otters strike for 3. It's 5-0 Evansville. We go to the bottom of the 4th here on 96.9 WIAR on the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812 464 7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org. For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library.
Back here, bottom half of the fourth, 5-0 Evansville. As now standing in Burl Dixon against Williman, and the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. 3 runs on 3 hits for Evansville in that fourth inning as the next pitch down and in, 1-1. A 2-out walk and 2-out error led to a Graham Brown RBI double to make it 5-0 as Burl Dixon swings and pops it up to shallow right center field. Racing in on it is Schwartz, but it's Graham Brown who makes the catch, cutting him off. 1 away. So a solid first 4 innings of work for the offense, and Williman through his first 3 1/3 has looked good. He hasn't struck out a batter, but scattering 2 hits. First pitch here to Alfredo Gonzalez is taken just outside for a ball on the fast one. 1-0. A ball, no strikes, 1 out. The pitch. Slider missed down and away, 2-0. Infield playing the right-handed hitter Gonzalez to pull it to the left side. Outfield doing the same, the 2-0. Swung on, number out to shortstop. Camus, spin throw, bounces it, scooped by Jones, and he got him by a half a step. Alay Camus ranging towards the second base bag, spin, throws, a bounce pass to LJ Jones, and on a couple of hops, they get Alfredo Gonzalez on another great play. Here's Jared Watkins. First pitch to him. Just misses outside, 1-0. Great defense from Evansville so far here in this game as the 1-0 pitch is a breaker that breaks in the zone, 1-1. And I'd put this defensive unit when they're healthy as the 1-1. Swung on, bounced to first. Jones fields and takes it himself for the third out. Well, I was going to say I'd take them over any in the league, but Williman works too quickly for me to get it out of my mouth. 1-2-3, go the Crushers. We go to the top half of the fifth. 5-0 Evansville. Here in Avon, you're listening to the Otters Digital Network on 96.9 WYIR.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND Casa.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812 464 7800.
Welcome back here to Avon, Ohio. 5-0 Evansville. Brandon Sittinger, the new pitcher on the bump after Reagans goes 4 innings, allowing 7 hits, 5 runs, just 4 of them earned. Striking out 4, walking 2. Brandon Sittinger, a former Evansville Otter, the right-hander, looks in and fires inside for a ball 1-0. Sittinger, a cup of coffee in the major leagues. Next pitch is in there for a strike on a check swing from Jones. We'll have some fun with this as the 1-1 pitch from Sittinger just misses inside on the fastball, 2-1. The right-handed pitcher in Sittinger sets and fires inside for a ball, 3-1 the count now. The 3-1 pitch takes inside, ball 4. So LJ Jones with a leadoff walk. So now JT Benson with a runner on base. The first pitch to him. Swung on it, fouled right back up and off of his helmet. So he's going to take some time here, 0-1. He seems okay. Andy McCauley and the trainer quickly out there. But he says he's all right. So Brandon Sittinger, former Otter, also former big leaguer. So how about we have some fun as the 0-1 pitch to JT Benson is swung on and fouled back. If you're listening in on the Otters Digital Network on YouTube, a poll has just now started asking where Brandon Sittinger played in Major League Baseball. So if you want to see if you're right, I'll give the answer at the end of this half inning. The 0-2 pitch hits JT Benson on the elbow, and he immediately goes down. Oh boy. JT Benson actually looks like it's on his wrist. His back wrist, as the right-handed hitter, is really in some pain right now. He's heading down to first base. And he will walk with the athletic trainer down there to make sure he is all right. LJ Jones advances to second. Man. And Benson just doesn't seem like he can catch a break right now. So taking off his batting glove on his right hand to let the athletic trainer take a look. And Benson, I'll tell you what, went down quick, and he's going to stay in this ball game. So that's a good thing. as now Logan Brown stands in. Now 2 runners on for Evansville, one via the walk, one the hit by pitch. Sittinger fires to Brown and is hit on the ground hard towards the shortstop. Backhanding it, Thomas into second for one, over to first in time for a double play. What a nice turn there by Thomas into Watkins for the 6-4-3. Thankfully, LJ Jones does advance to third, but Benson cut down trying to advance to second. And now Keenan Taylor with a chance for another 2-out RBI. Keenan Taylor, the first pitch to him, swung on, jam shot, pop up into shallow left. Under it, Burl Dixon makes the catch for out number 3. So for those of you that participated in the poll vote, if you voted the Arizona Diamondbacks, you are correct. Braden Sittinger, an Arizona Diamondback for just a couple of games back in 2021 after being bought up by the Diamondbacks from the Evansville Otters. We now go to the bottom of the fifth, 5-0 Evansville on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org. For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library.
Back here, bottom half of the fifth, 5-0 Evansville in front of Lake Erie here in this series opener on a Tuesday night in Avon, Ohio. I'm Riley Angel here joining you for this Tuesday night baseball game between the Otters and the Crushers. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Otters Digital Network 96.9 or the Home Team Network. So happy you are along for the ride with this Otters team as the first pitch here to Derek Vegas is swung on and grounded hard past the shortstop in Camus into left field for a leadoff single. So quickly, 1 on here for Lake Erie as Derek Vegas now 2 for 2 on the day. He singled back in the second, but was stranded at first base as here comes Seth Strong. Seth Strong 0 for 1 with a flyout. First pitch is a curveball taken high, 1-0. A ball, no strikes, no outs. The pitch. Up and away for a ball. 2-0. 5-0 Evansville if you're just now joining us. Bottom half of 5. 2-0 pitch. Up and away 3-0. Runner on first base for Seth Strong, who is ahead in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. No one up in the Evansville pen. Infield playing him slightly to pull, nothing crazy. Outfield straight up. The 3-0. Bullseye, 3-1. Beautiful facility here at Lake Erie. Just the right facility to host an Otters win as Seth Strong swings and pops one high up into the twilight sky. Under it in shallow center is Alay Camus, who makes the catch for the first out. Brings up Sam Franco. The Otters Again, coming into this one, 11 and 14, right in the mix in the Central Division. Just 3 games back of Washington, 2 games back of second place Lake Erie, who they find themselves playing right now. As Williman sets and fires. Slider just misses outside, 1-0. That's all you can ask for. Meaningful baseball right now for Evansville. The 1-0 pitch. Up and in for a ball, 2-0. And we know this team, even after a year like they had last year, they're going to come back and they're going to compete and try to win day in, day out, the 2-0. Swung on, line drive, hard hit into center field. Back on it, Brown, and it's going to get over his head and one hop the wall. Rounding second, heading for third is Vegas. He's going to be held there on a nice relay throw from Graham Brown. So 1-out double for Sam Franco. And now 2 runners in scoring position for Davey Morgan, who is 1 for 1. He has the other double here tonight for Lake Erie. So we'll see what he does. Davey Morgan, the designated hitter, obviously coming into today with good numbers, but nothing spectacular. It's kind of middle of the order type of bat as the first pitch to him. Swung on, line drive, base hit, right field. This will score 1 easily. They're going to hold the runner at third base on a nice throw in from the right fielder in Schwartz. And the Crushers get on the board for the first time tonight on an RBI opposite field single from Davey Morgan. Now Logan Thomason. So Lake Erie is threatening. Runners at the corners, just 1 away. They still trail 5-1. Williman, the first pitch, is in there for a strike to Thomason, 0-1. Sun just now beginning to set as the 0-1 pitch. Swung on high, pop up, twisting foul, and it'll become a souvenir into the seats. 0-2. We got in here to Avon about 8:30 last night, and the sun was still out. I guess it's 8:24 now up here near Cleveland. The 0-2. High, 1-2. So certainly setting late up in the northern Midwest. The 1-2. Swung on, bounced softly to third. Parks Fields goes to second for 1. The turn is not in time. So the Crushers do score 1 on the ground out. Sam Franco retired, heading to second. So a fielder's choice is what it'll go down as. Again, that's such a tough double play to turn, the 5-4-3. Especially on something as softly hit as what it was over there towards Pavin, who had to charge and fielded on the short hop, quickly delivered to Cruz at second base. The first pitch to Gomez, runner goes, scooped out of the ground by Brown, throw down, not in time. So a stolen base for Thomason, his 6th of the season. As it's now Dario Gomez. Gomez 0 for 2, a pop out and a fly out, the 1-0 pitch to him. Swung on, grounded to short. Camus Fields throws to first in time, right in the chest of LJ Jones for out number 3. So the Crushers get 2, but the Otters still lead it 5-2. We go to the top of the 6th here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND
Brandon Sittinger back on the mound here in this top half of the sixth inning. 5-2, Evansville in front as J.J. Cruz, Alay Camus, Ellis Schwartz, the three due up. This is the part of the order where three straight lefties come up to bat as Sittinger sets, and the first pitch to J.J. Cruz is taken down and away for a ball, 1-0. Cruz 0 for 2 tonight. A strikeout and a line out, an unlucky line out, the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, 1-1. That was a hard hit ball that had base hit written all over it, but Alfredo Gonzalez over at first made a diving play to rob Cruz of that single. The 1-1 swung on and missed, 1-2, got him out in front of the breaking ball. No one up in the Evansville pen, same with the Crushers. Lake Erie, a team that prides itself on really good pitching and nothing different this season so far. The 1-2 pitch, low, 2-2. Now it has been from some different names. The only guy that really has come in and just established himself over the past couple of years is Anthony Escobar. We'll get to see him later this week. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, line drive, leaping grab over at short by Logan Thomason. And that's the first out. Escobar leads the Frontier League in ERA. He's 3-0 in 5 starts. 30 innings pitched, 24 strikeouts. One of the better ones in this league, and we'll get to see this Otters offense face off against him, I believe, tomorrow as Alay Camus fouls off the first pitch he sees 0-1. So it'll be a good challenge, a fun challenge for this Evansville team, who offensively has been great this year, especially at home. Showing it here on the road tonight. The 0-1 pitch here to Camus. Taken high and away for a ball, 1-1. Camus 1 for 2, a 2 RBI single in the second inning. The 1-1. Binder in there for a strike, 1-2. Time called by Camus. Sittinger looks into Vegas and sets. He works exclusively out of the stretch, the 1-2. Swung on and foul tipped right into the mitt of Vegas. So that'll be the first strikeout for Brandon Sittinger here tonight. Again, started the year as a starter, did Sittinger, and has since moved to a bullpen role after his last couple of outings didn't really go as planned. 14 earned runs in his last 10 innings pitched. First one here to Ellis Schwartz is outside for a ball, 1-0. This is now the second time that Schwartz has come up to the plate with 2 outs. The 1-0 low, 2-0. And again, Schwartz has just been such a good addition to this team. Hits the ball hard, good at bat, and aggressive at the top of the lineup. 2-0 offering outside, and Schwartz now in the driver's seat. 3 balls, no strikes. We'll see if he has the green light here. 3-0 with 2 away here in the sixth. 3-run lead for the Otters, 5-2 over Lake Erie. The pitch. Called a strike on the outer edge. On the fastball, just a get me over pitch there from Sittinger, 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. Swung on, bounced softly to third. Strong fields, throws over to first, a little high, but in time for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Otters in the sixth. We go to the bottom half, 5-2 Evansville here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org.
Bottom half of the sixth, it is 5-2 Otters, as it'll be Burl Dixon, Alfredo Gonzalez, and Jared Watkins, the 3 due up. Burl Dixon standing in. He is 0 for 2. A ground out and a fly out. The first pitch from Williman. In there for a strike, 0-1. Landon Williman has pitched very well here tonight so far. The 2 runs last inning in the fifth, but he worked around it, the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, line drive right to Camus, who makes the grab. 1 away. And if they can get him through this sixth, that would be a quality start. Here's the first pitch to Alfredo Gonzalez. Binder, nice. In there for a strike, 0-1. Real nice slider there from Landon Williman on the front door. 0-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled right back, and that one got the umpire square on the foot. And he'll take a painful jog out to Williman to walk that one off and give him a new baseball. I don't think I've seen that before. An umpire wanting to walk it off. He jogged all the way to the mound to give Williman a new pearl. Count 0-2 with 1 away. And the pitch from the Otters right-hander to Alfredo Gonzalez. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And believe it or not, that's the first German-American bank strikeout for Landon Williman tonight. Here's Jared Watkins. Watkins 0 for 2, a ground out and then another ground out. So two ground outs for Watkins. The first pitch is taken low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. There is action for Lake Erie in their pin as the 1-0 is taken outside for a ball, 2-0. So we'll see how soon that help comes in if Sittinger just went 2 innings and they bring in a new arm. 2-0. Swung on, line drive rocket, drops in front of Schwartz and right for a base hit. 2-out single for Jared Watkins, his first of the night. Evansville still with no action in the pin. Well, now there is. As soon as I say that, Griff Hughes gets up and will begin warming up after the hit given up from Williman, who is cruising in this ball game so far. First pitch here to Derek Vegas is made over to first, actually, but back with a slide is Watkins. Watkins doesn't have a stolen base on the year, not even an attempt. This is the first pitch. Just misses inside to Vegas, 1-0. So an interesting play throwing over to him. Again, Griff Hughes warming up for the Otters in the bullpen right now. The 1-0. Up and in for a strike, 1-1 on the front door. Williman sets and out of the stretch, the 1-1. In there for a strike, 1-2. 3-run lead for Evansville, 5-2 here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Two away, runner on first. Landon Williman in the middle of a gym, hands belt high. The 1-2. Swung on, foul back, will have the same count at 1-2. A ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wide open stance for Vegas as another throw over is not in time. So now Watkins will be able to get a large lead over at first base. As the next throw over, he has to get him out or it's a ball. 1-2 pitch. High, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom 6. 3-run lead for Evansville. Williman sets. Out of the stretch, he fires. Swung on high, pop up into right. Running in on it is Schwartz. He makes the catch for out number 3. So if that's Williman's day, it's a quality start. We go to the top half of 7, 5-2 Evansville here on the Otters Digital Network on 96.9 WYIR.
For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com.
New pitcher in for Lake Erie. It's Dion Reynoso, number 22, the 6'1" right-hander from Frostproof, Florida, will be the new pitcher. He will face Graham Brown, Haven Parks, and L.J. Jones. First pitch here to the right-handed Graham Brown as Reynoso sets and fires. Up and in for a ball, 1-0. No one had Graham Brown leaning back. So Brandon Sittinger went 2 innings. He walked one, hit one, and struck out one, but did not give up a hit or run against his former team. Graham Brown swings, line drive down the line, base hit, and one hops over the wall. Graham Brown with a ground rule double. He thought it was a homer. He began his trot, and now he'll get to hear it from the Evansville dugout. He thought it was a home run when he saw it out in the outfield and it wasn't in play, but just a ground rule double for him to lead off the inning. I think he's fine with that too. Second double for him tonight. He now has 10 doubles on the year. Tough scenes for Graham Brown there. I'm sure he's going to hear that on the bus ride, hear about that on the bus ride home. Now Baven Parks stands in, and the first pitch to him is low for a ball, count 1-0. So Graham Brown now at second. Baven Parks tonight has popped out, flown out, and struck out. That flyout should have been a homer, despite Dario Gomez out in center. The 1-0 pitch. Inside for a ball, 2-0. Otters up 5-2 over the Grapes here in the top half of the seventh. Reynoso adjusting the ball in his mitt, now sets. Ball behind his back as he leans in, and now hands belt high. The 2-0. Catches the up and in corner for a strike, 2-1. Griff Hughes still up and warming in the Evansville pen. You would imagine that in the bottom half of this inning, it would be Griff Hughes in to pitch. The 2-1 in there for a strike, 2-2. And if it would be, that would be a quality start for Landon Williman, who went 6 innings, just allowing 2 on 6 hits, striking out 1. 2-2 the count to Paven Parks as Reynoso looks in and out of the stretch fires. Low, it's 3-2. Wind now starting to pick up a little bit, but still not much. This time it is blowing out to right center. So the wind off the lake is switching up quite a bit here in this ballpark, as it does mostly around this area. The 3-2 to Paven Parks. Outside, ball 4. So 2 runners reach for Evansville to begin the 7th inning, bringing up L.J. Jones. Man, with that wind, you wonder how hard it is to play golf out here. This nor the time nor the place, but you wonder. L.J. Jones stands in. He has reached all 3 times, 2 walks and a single. Boy, you love to have his bat back in the lineup after missing a couple of days. The first pitch. Swung on, grounded hard, past the reaching glove of Thomason at short. They're going to hold the runner in Brown at third. And bases are going to be loaded with nobody out as we go station to station. And it brings up JT Benson. Benson got hit by a pitch on his back wrist hard to back in the 5th inning. That was a scary one. Thankfully, he's all right. Is now the pitching coach out to talk to Reynoso. Someone just now getting up and loose in the Lake Erie pen, so this will not be a change. L.J. Jones on first, Pavin Parks at second, Graham Brown at third. Sun still not quite fully set, and we're approaching 9 p.m. here local time in Avon. 7:46 back home. Benson with a big opportunity here against the right-handed Reynoso to try and break this game open and in the latter stages make it not unreachable for Lake Erie, but make it really hard. Benson stands in, nobody out, bases loaded, infield in. First pitch. Inside for a ball, 1-0. Benson today is 1 for 2, hit by a pitch and a single. Reynoso peers into Vegas, bending at the waist, now sets, posture straight up, out of the stretch, the 1-0. Swung on, line drive down the left field line. In on it, the left fielder Dixon, who makes the catch, and it was hit hard enough that Graham Brown will have to hold at third base. So JT Benson, a hard hit line out to Burl Dixon. Keeps everyone where they are, and it brings up Logan Brown. Logan Brown tonight, 1 for 3. He doubled back in the fourth and eventually came around to score. Big spot for him. Middle infielders double play depth. The first pitch. Swung on, line drive down the right field line. That's going to get down for a base hit and roll all the way to the wall. One run is in. Here comes Pavin Parks. He's going to score a 2 RBI double for Logan Brown. Makes it 7-2 Evansville. So Logan Brown, a huge double there. Scores 2 and makes it 7-2 as Keenan Taylor stands in. Reynoso beat up here in this seventh. First pitch to Taylor. Just misses inside on the fastball, 1-0. Infield now back drawn in. Reynoso looks in and gets ready to throw the 1-0. In there for a strike at the letters, 1-1. So Evansville with 2 in the second, 3 in the fourth, now 2 and counting here in the seventh inning. 7 runs on 10 hits for them. Lake Erie has only managed to score back in the fifth. 7-2 the score, top 7. 2 runners in scoring position, the 1-1. Swung on, snagged it on the mound by the pitcher Reynoso, and he will flip it to first for the second out. Tough one there for Keenan Taylor, who hit it hard up the middle, and if it gets past Reynoso, it's probably a single. But Reynoso, a good play, and it brings up J.J. Cruz. J.J. Cruz 0 for 3, a couple of lineouts, and a strikeout. Left-handed hitter awaits the first pitch from Reynoso and swings and fouls it straight back to the press box. Count 0-1. Down right into the window of the press box, but I have a feeling these windows are pretty strong due to the possible debris up here. So it just bounced right off. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on high, pop up on the infield, should be playable. Under it, the second baseman Watkins, who makes the catch for the third out. So the Otters score 2. We go now to the bottom of the seventh, 7-2 Evansville here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now, in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812 464 7800.
Back here just after the seventh inning stretch here in the bottom of the seventh. Evansville having a good time right now. 7-2 their lead as we head to the bottom of the seventh. Landon Williman out. Griff Hughes in. The tall 6'4" left-hander. And Griff Hughes will pitch here in this seventh inning. Seth Strong will be his first opponent. Get to Griff's numbers after this first pitch as he sets and fires. Just misses outside for a ball. So far this year, 11 appearances for Griff Hughes. He has only given up 6 runs in 16 and a third innings. He's struck out 23 batters and only walked 3. The 1-0, outside 2-0. Landon Williman tossing a beaut here tonight. 6 innings, 2 runs, didn't walk anybody, struck out 1. So he just got dudes out and did it effectively. The 2-0 pitch swung on off the end of the bat, grounder to J.J. Cruz at second. Throw over to first is in time for the first out. You love to see a starter give you length like that, especially in the first game of a series. And leave it up to your big guns. Griff Hughes, we know, can go 2 innings and can do so well. And then Alex Valdez did get the save opportunity a couple of days ago against Washington as the first pitch here to Sam Franco is going to hit him on the foot and bounce up and hit the umpire as well. So a double whammy will allow Sam Franco to go down to first. Boy, this umpire is taking a beating tonight. That back foot slider just got a little bit away from Griff Hughes. I guess it was exactly that, a back foot slider. Hit him on the back foot. So now a runner on first base for Davey Morgan. Morgan awaits the first pitch from the left-handed pitcher in Hughes, who looks towards first and kicks and fires. Misses inside for a ball, 1-0. No one up on either side throwing in the pen. The 1-0 pitch to Morgan. Misses inside, 2-0. Griff Hughes, not a guy that has struggled with control. His last appearance against Washington, he walked somebody. We were astonished. 2-0 pitch. Swung on high, pop up down the left field line, twisting towards foul territory. Over to it is Parks, but it gets into the stands for a souvenir. 2-1. So he's hit a batter and behind the count, 2-1. Again, not something you see often at all. All of last year in 44 innings, only walked 17. So he's a strike thrower. The 2-1. Swung on, popped in the air towards second base. Rushing over to it is Cruz, who makes the catch for the second out. Boy, that was a much tougher play than what it usually is with J.J. Cruz playing up the middle to the pull side. And that realistically had base hit written all over it, but a great first step from J.J. Cruz hustling over towards the right field line to make the play in shallow right. Here's Logan Thomason. Thomason, right-handed bat, and the first pitch to him from Griff Hughes. Misses inside for a ball, 1-0. Thomason is 0 for 2. He does have an RBI thanks to a fielder's choice back in that two-run fifth inning for Lake Erie. The 1-0 pitch, down and in for a ball, 2-0. Here comes Logan Brown out to the mound to talk to Griff Hughes. Again, not a guy that gets behind in counts. So hitting a batter and then going 2-0 to the next two is interesting. But he'll reset. Thomason, the Lake Erie shortstop, sets in the right-handed batter's box. The 2-0. That one caught the zone on the inner half, 2-1. Borderline, but a strike. Two balls, one strike, two outs. The pitch. Bender at the knees, 2-2. So Griff Hughes looking to come back, and he's done so. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. 7-2, Evansville. Here it is. Called strike three, outer half. Griff Hughes, a German American bank strikeout. We go to the top of the eighth. 7-2, 5 runs the Otters lead. Here on 96.9 WYR and the Otters Digital Network.
Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org. For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville-Vanderburgh Public Library. For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville
So Dion Reynoso still out there on the mound for Lake Erie after getting roughed up a little bit in the seventh. Evansville scoring two in that seventh inning thanks to a leadoff Graham Brown ground rule double. Then he scored on a Logan Brown 2 RBI double that also scored Peyton Parks. It'll be Alay Camus to lead it off here in the eighth. A strong night offensively for the Otters. Camus is 1 for 3, a 2 RBI single all the way back in the second inning. First pitch is down and away for a ball, 1-0. Quite a night for Evansville so far, and the pitching looking to close this one out in the final two frames. They lead by 5, 7-2. The pitch. Up and away for a ball, 2-0. Beautiful evening for baseball, too, if only the sun was out. It was out in the afternoon during batting practice, but decided to hide its face whenever people got to the ballpark. The 2-0. Swung on, broken bat, liner into right. This will be Franco under it to make the catch. One away. So now Ellis Schwartz Schwartz is 0 for 3, but he has a walk and a run scored, so that on base streak's still alive. First pitch to the left-handed hitter is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. A ball, no strikes, and out. 7-2 Otters top 8. Here it is. High, 2-0. Finally under the lights here. Sun is pretty well gone away, but still not quite fully set. And we're past 9 p.m. Eastern time. 2-0. Swung on, bounced softly to second. Charging is Watkins, who fields and throws to first for the second out. Now Graham Brown. 2 doubles for him tonight. 2 Deerhead double-decker doubles. 2 for 4 total. That last one, the ground rule double, he thought was a homer when he looked to the outfield as first pitch to him is taken down and away for a ball, 1-0. Began his home run trot, and then umpire had to tell him to go back to second base, and I think he got a good laugh from a couple of faces in the dugout, the 1-0. Swung on, fouled right back, 1-1. So that's always a interesting story, or interesting thing to see. 1-1 pitch to Graham Brown. High and in. 2-1. That one getting all the way to the backstop. So a little bit of loss of control of the fastball for Dion Reynoso. No one in the Crushers pen, though. 2 balls, a strike, 2 outs. The pitch. Swung on, shallow fly ball right field. It is going to fall into the glove of Jared Watkins for out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the 8th, 7-2 Evansville over the Crushers. You're listening on 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Bottom half of 8, Griff Hughes still out there on the mound for a second inning of work. Brings up Dario Gomez. Gomez, the leadoff man, is 0 for 3. See how he does here against Griff Hughes, facing him for the first time. First pitch to him is just inside for a ball, 1-0. It's been a consistent zone all night from home plate umpire Kevin Furman. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, popped up, and drifting foul. That overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. 1-1. which is always what you like to see. Good umpired game tonight. Good game in general, especially for the Otters offense. The 1-1 pitch. Bins in there for a strike, 1-2. Especially after they struggled in the final game against Washington. That off day, well, travel day yesterday, I think. It's a good thing. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike three. Dario Gomez half swung his entire body, turned towards Hughes. Same with the bat head. And that's going to be the second German American Bank strikeout for Griff Hughes. Now Burl Dixon. One away here. First pitch to Dixon. Just misses on the outer edge. 1-0. Seven to 2 Evansville, bottom of the eighth. The 1-0 pitch. Bullseye, 1-1. Burl Dixon tonight 0 for 3. The 1-1. Swung on high, pop up, drifting foul, and that's going to be into the seating area. Bounces up to the concourse, and a little kid got it. So how about that? 1-2. Tell you what, one of the great things about baseball, no matter what level you're at, as a 1-2 pitch comes in, cold strike three down the middle. Third strikeout for Griff Hughes. German American bank strikeout. One of the best things about baseball, major leagues, lower levels, independent baseball, no matter what level, you get a you give a kid a baseball if you're a player or he catches a foul ball, the smile on their face as wide as can be, no matter what the league. First pitch to Alfredo Gonzalez is swung on and missed. Nasty changeup, 0-1. Baseball, a beautiful sport. Best there is, in my opinion. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded softly to Camus at short. Fields throws to first in time. 1-2-3. Go the Crushers in the eighth. The Otters 3 outs away from a victory. We go to the top of the ninth. 7-2 Evansville here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org. For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville-Vanderburgh Public Library. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND
New pitcher in for Lake Erie, Michael Spinozzi. So Reynoso exits, going 2 innings, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, not striking out a batter, not walking a batter. As the first pitch from Spinoza to Pavin Parks is swung on and grounded hard towards the second base hole. Fielded by Watkins, toss over to the covering Spinoza at first for the out. So a 4-3 brings up L.J. Jones. That's another one from Pavin Parks that probably should have been a hit, but a good defensive play robbed him of it. He should be, man, you take that into consideration. He should be 2 for 4 with a walk and a homer. Pavin Parks. Baseball's a cruel game. Man, I just got done talking about how baseball's a beautiful game in the last half inning. First pitch to L.J. Jones is inside for a ball 1-0. If that's not a perfect synopsis of how baseball makes players and fans feel, I don't know what is. 7-2, the score here. The 1-0 pitch to L.J. Jones, high 2-0. Otters in a commanding lead here in this ninth inning. They will look to try and get an insurance run, but the bottom of the ninth, really what matters now. 2-0 pitch, high 3-0. We'll see who they go with out of the pen. Looks like Jack Washburn out in the bullpen currently. The 3-0 pitch to L.J. Jones, high ball 4. So L.J. Jones has now reached 3 times via the walk, and all 5 times he's been to the plate tonight. Brings up J.T. Benson. It's Nick McAuliffe up in the bullpen now. So McAuliffe likely will be the thrower for the Otters in the bottom half of this ninth inning, trying to close the show. It would not be a save as it's a 7-2 lead for Evansville. Needs to be 3 runs or fewer for that to happen, or 4 runs with a runner in scoring position. First pitch here to Benson. Swung on, high pop-up. Under it is the right fielder in Franco, and it bounces off his glove and into shallow right. The throw into second base gets away from the second baseman Watkins, but thankfully strong in there to recover. The second baseman Watkins couldn't see it in the lights, which required Franco to come racing in on it, and he couldn't get to it. That's going to go down as a single for JT Benson. Wow. And now with 1 away, there's 2 runners on for Logan Brown, who has 2 doubles tonight. First pitch. Swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Thomason. Flipped to second for 1, over to first in time for an inning ending 6-4-3 double play. So a mental mistake in the field, but a double play erases it. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Evansville 3 outs away. 7-2 the score here on the Otters Digital Network at 96.9 WYIR.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Nick McAuliffe out to pitch here this bottom half of the ninth. So far this year, 7 1/3, 7 strikeouts, has walked 3. He has a save and has yet to give up a run in 6 appearances. That one save, there was some trouble, but he worked around a couple of walks and some control issues, was able to lock it down. McAuliffe, this is his first professional season, remember that, and he has been great out of this pen so far for Evansville. An arm that came in when the bullpen had some struggles early in the year and has locked it down. You will face Jared Watkins, Derek Vegas, and Seth Strong, the three due up. Two of those, Watkins and Strong, left-handed hitters. First pitch from McAuliffe to Watkins. In there for a strike, 0-1. McAuliffe, right-handed pitcher, standing at 6 feet 2 inches tall. Big over-the-top delivery, the 0-1. Swung on and missed on the slider, 0-2. Pretty much 12 o'clock on that release point for him, maybe 11:30. But nonetheless, a high one, and does such a good job of hiding the baseball behind his back until he delivers it. So very deceiving for the hitter. As here's the 0-2 from McAuliffe. Swung on, foul, tapped back behind the plate. We'll do it again at 0-2. So quite a good reliever is McAuliffe out of the pen. Good find for the Otters. Here's the 0-2. High, 1-2. Try to get him chasing on the high fastball, but left it way too high as it was up above the helmet. Bottom 9, 7-2. The Otters lead it. The 1-2 pitch from Nick McAuliffe after a big, deep breath. Swung on, foul tipped, and that one once again gets the home plate umpire and Kevin Furman. He is taking it behind the plate tonight. And that's 3 baseballs he's been hit by. Neither one of them have been cheap ones either. 1-2 the count. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Just up and in and missed. 2-2. Should be beautiful all week here up near Cleveland. As the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive, grounder now, base hit. Right field. Second hit for Watkins. Here's Derek Vegas. Vegas is 2 for 3. Very small lead over at first for Watkins. First pitch. Swung on, popped foul and overhead. That overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. So McAuliffe with some traffic on the bases, and oh boy, that hit a car. Oh boy, not fun. Good luck to whoever has that one. 0-1 pitch. High, 1-1. Hopefully it's not the windshield. A ball, a strike, nobody out. 7-2, the lead. And the pitch. Bullseye, 1-2. So runner on first base, nobody out. And Evans would really like to get this series opening win against Lake Erie. Set the tone for the rest of the week. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Derek Vegas goes down swinging. First German American Bank strikeout for Nick McAuliffe as Seth Strong now stands in. Strong 0 for 3. A ground out, a pop out, a fly out. Otters 2 outs away. Infield double play depth. The first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. So no balls and a strike and an out. Very small lead over at first from Watkins. Doesn't want to get picked off. The 0-1 from McAuliffe. Just misses high, 1-1. This win would put Evansville at 12-14 and just a game back of Lake Erie in second place. As the 1-1 pitch just misses high as well, 2-1. In the bottom of the sixth, oh boy, Florence is up 18-4 over Windy City. Wow. McAuliffe looks over at first, and the 2-1 pitch to Seth Strong. Swung on and missed, 2-2. In the top of the seventh, Washington over Schaumburg right now, 5-3 in Washington. So that's around the division. Lawrence pummeling Windy City, and Washington trying to get a game up on everybody. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike three. Second strikeout in a row for Nick McAuliffe, German American bank strikeout. And Sam Franco is the last hope for Lake Erie. First pitch. In there for a strike on the front door breaker, 0-1. After that, leadoff single, Nick McAuliffe looking good, pounding the strike zone. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. A ball, a strike, 2 outs. 5-run lead for Evansville. Runner on first base here in the bottom of the ninth. McAuliffe trying to shut the door. The pitch. Checked his swing. Did he go around? He did, says first base umpire Jordan Alfonso. And it's 1-2. Time called by Franco. McAuliffe 1 strike away from going back to the hotel happy. A ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. McAuliffe sets. He fires. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And the Otters with a 7-2 win over Lake Erie in the series opener. Nick McAuliffe, after giving up a leadoff single, strikes out the side to end it without any drama. When we come back, it'll be the Papa John's post-game show. We'll talk about it here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org.
Back here on the Papa John's post-game show, Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the Home Team Network, and now on 96.9 WYIR. A 7-2 win for Evansville here on the first game of this 3-game road trip against Lake Erie. And boy, it was a great one. Some good pitching as well. Landon Williman, a quality start, going 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, striking out 1, and working around 6 hits. Did not walk anybody. Griff Hughes Went 2 innings, hit a batter, struck out three, did not walk anybody. Nick McCullough, after a leadoff single in the bottom of the ninth, strikes out the side to leave no doubt in anybody's mind in this one. And miraculously, other than the one hit by pitch, no Lake Erie Crusher reaches via a free pass. No walks for the Evansville pitching staff tonight, which is a great feat, especially here in the Frontier League. Offensively, some great nights across the board. Graham Brown went 2 for 5, two doubles and an RBI for him. LJ Jones got on base all 5 times he came to the plate. He went 2 for 2, 3 walks, two singles. Logan Brown with two doubles as well, including a 2 RBI double in the seventh that really opened it up. Then Keenan Taylor, 2 for 4, a RBI double in the fourth, a single in the second. Alay Camus, a 2 RBI single in the second. And Keenan Taylor also with a circus catch out in left field, a 9-4 double play in the third inning that I don't know I've quite seen anything like in my time watching baseball in my life, covering baseball as a profession. Just something you don't see every day. He leaped, overran it, leaped, tried to make the catch ball, popped out of his mitt as he was on his way down on the fall, caught the ball before it hit the turf, popped up, threw a bullet to second base to double off the runner. So a 9-4 double play that was miraculous in that third inning. I mean, if the Otters can do that every night, pitching wise, throw strikes, let the other team put the ball in play and your defense work, especially for a defensive unit as good as Evansville has this year, it's something that I don't think is very beatable if you're an opposing team, especially if the offense plays like they did tonight, putting up 7 runs. You have to think this offense has had nights where they've scored 5, 6, 7 runs and they've lost. So that is one of the things that you really start to wonder if this pitching staff can start only allowing 4, 4.5, 5 runs a game, how good this Otters team can be as they improve now to 12-14. So Evansville now 12-14. Lake Erie falls to 13-13. Evansville tomorrow, same place, same time, 6:05 p.m. Central, 7:05 Eastern, will take on Lake Erie here in Avon, Ohio, for the second of this three-game set, which would be hopefully another Otters win. Thank you so much for listening to the Papa John's post-game show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the home team network, and now on 96.9 WYIR. So, thank you so much for joining me here on this beautiful Tuesday night here in Avon, Ohio, and a great Otters win. So, I'm Riley Angel, and as always, have a good night.